That's 2014. I'm going to backtrack just a little bit to kind of ask you. And first of all, I'm going to just say this. So the old perception I used to have of Arlington and just what was going on in Arlington was I used to think, and I'm putting emphasis on used to because I know that I didn't know what I was talking about back then. But I used to think Arlington was super suburb,
I ain't gonna
super
lie.
safe.
When I first moved to Arlington, like I said, I'm from New Orleans. Like that shit was good. Like that shit was sweet. Like it was sweet to me.
Right.
Like we didn't have all this. Like bro, it was different. Like it was a huge difference from what I was used to.
Right.
So it was like I'm like, yeah, it is. I'm thinking it's sweet too. So I started meeting people and even as a kid, like just moving around, like I was seeing shit. Like don't get me wrong, it ain't just super gangster though. Let me like paint the picture like Arlington super gangster. Like it's just, but like it can happen just like anywhere else, bro. Like it can happen to you. Like I done seen it. Like I done seen a lot of shit that happened in Arlington. Like people know niggas be dying in Arlington.
Oh yeah, no, just
niggas die everywhere though.
Exactly.
Like, you know what I'm saying? So when people be like, oh, it's Six Flags and it's all this, but it's a lot of like especially now. I feel like motherfuckers that's like I said, that was my first apartment.
Right.
When I moved back to Texas and got my first apartment, I moved back to the north side of Arlington. And I was like, damn, this shit really shitty too. Like,
right.
Apartments and shit. I'm like, damn, my first apartment was weak as fuck.
Got white appliances and all that.
White appliances. Shit, at towards the end of my stay there, nigga, I started getting rats and shit in my shit. That's why I had to leave. Like, I couldn't get rid of the damn rats.
Right. Okay. So just to add a little context for me, bro, like I said, I graduated 2008, and this is during kind of like the maybe right after the
I was in 8th grade.
Yeah, maybe
2008.
Okay, so you was in New Orleans in 2000, or you was here?
And I was in New Orleans, but I know about Agtown fights. Like I know about that shit.
That era. So when that came out, bro, for me seeing that in Fort Worth, it's kind of opened my eyes to like, damn. You know, in Fort Worth, we kind of got like a clique movement to where all the kind of gangs of old, like all them different gangs. Now, the people who represent those gangs, now they have cliques. So they got cliques like DSG, LYT, and it looked like Arlington kind of had that same thing going on, bro. So
Arlington definitely had that going on. CSB, NSG, CGC.
What was the one? What's the one? The most. And let me know if I'm wrong about this one being the biggest one in Arlington, but I don't remember the name. I just remember the dude that was the most popular out of it. His name was like Lil Junior or something like that. He was a Blood.
I think he's CSB, right?
Lil Junior in his whole own blood. I'm trying to see if he used to say it in them songs.
I think bro CSB, yeah, because they were beefing with NSG and CGC, like, cause CGC like kind of clicked up. And don't let me shout out my boy. It was DF Dub in Arlington too. That was a click too.
I remember hearing DF Dub like songs. This one niggas used to make.
They had a
songs.
DF Dub in Dallas, but the first DF Dub I knew about was Arlington, and there was like niggas around my age. Like all them niggas ended up going into, and that the DF Dub turned into 7 Trey.
Okay.
Goon City. Shout out to them boys. You know what I'm saying? I fuck with them niggas.
Right.
It was a lot of clicks in Arlington, bro. Like, shit, niggas just, you know.
Right.
Like everything else. They found their shit and that's what they were doing. Right.
So, I said all of that to say, bro, when I finally started realizing that, man, it could happen to anybody, anywhere, I'm not going to put any names on the people, but I would say this. Some of the, as far as from my era, some of the most stiffest, toughest, most standout dudes from my era that was like stepping on a lot of stuff in the clique movement, bro, they all got shot in Arlington. All of them. Like, they living, so they, you know what I'm saying?
You said that. But you from Fort Worth.
Exactly. No.
Like, because they be like, I be seeing a lot of, like, Fort Worth niggas play with Arlington, like, but, like, come on, bro, like, niggas done died on both sides.
Yeah,
man.
Real talk,
niggas
bro.
done got shot on both sides, man. Like, that's just like anything else, though, bro. Like, you can't, like, if you in the streets, you can't control what's gonna happen, bro. Like, your day could be any day. Like, you know, like, as a street nigga, you should know that.
Right.
Like, nigga, you done did some dirt, and some dirt can happen to you. You know what I'm saying? So, shit, you just gotta be mindful of that shit. Like, people need to just stop. Like, everybody grown now and trying to get some money now. You know what I'm saying? But, like, I feel like more older people should come out and really talk to these young niggas though, because young niggas is worse than what we was doing.
Right.
Like back then, like shout out Sleazy Bees, he made a post like back in the day we used to have to fight. That's a fact.
Right.
Like if you don't like a nigga, you go fight. Like
Right. Yeah.
you go fight. Like either like a nigga go hit your ass or you go hit it, or y'all go do however you go do.
Right.
You go fight. Like now these young niggas like I'm not fighting, and they not playing. Like a nigga touch one of these young niggas, these niggas is shooting like first.
Right.
Or if a nigga think you finna touch him, he go shoot your ass.
That's a fact.
You know what I'm saying? And that's not the way, because a lot of these niggas losing their life. But a lot of these young niggas having paper and beating murders and shit. But you know what I'm saying? Still, like now you done killed the nigga. You got to worry about if somebody feels some type of way, retaliation, all that shit. All that shit is real, fam.
Right. Right. So yeah, nah. So